morning. Thank you for being here. My name is Angel. I'm originally from Mexico, and I'm here to present to you the perfect place for parents and babies to bond together while relaxing. A little bit of history. This concept started 5 years ago in Japan, coming from the fact that hydrotherapy and massage has always been applied to people for health reasons. We developed the baby floaty, and it fastly grew to adjacent countries like Singapore, Malaysia, Hong Kong. The first baby spa that opened in the Occident was in UK. Now you can find it in US, Spain, and even South Africa. It has proven to be really successful and to grow fast and be really beneficial for stakeholders. Baby spa is water exercise and massage for babies as young as 2 weeks old that will not only make them feel as back in their mother's womb, but it always helps them to develop their confidence and their skills. The baby will be weighted to make sure that we put the right fit of the baby floaty for each baby. After that, each baby will float in different bathtubs. For babies less than 3 months, they will float in individual, specially designed bathtubs. Babies older than 3 months or with their immunizations done, they will float in bigger bathtubs with shared babies to promote socialization. The session can last from 15 to 30 minutes. It's okay. It's okay. Thank you. From 15 to 30 minutes, depending, of course, on the baby's age, skills, and the mood of the day. After the water session, we'll wrap them up in warm towels to get them ready for their massage session. The massage will be provided by parents, although we will guide them, because we want to give that confidence to the parents. Sometimes when you have a new baby, especially if you're a first-time parent, you don't know how to approach your baby, how soft or how tough can you be, even how to talk to him. You feel like you're silly or something. So we want to provide parents with that confidence. That's why we want them to provide the massage. It's also proven that the contact skin to skin and the development of the relationship with their babies, it's beneficial when parents provide the massage. Plus they can go back home and do it themselves at home whenever they have colics or anything. Each session is specialized. We are customer-centric, so each session is specialized in each baby. We have only one service, which is the whole session, but at the beginning we do an assessment to make sure how is the baby doing. So if that day he's really cranky because he has a lot of colics, we will center the massage on the belly to relieve the colics. Maybe he's teething, so his mouth is sore. We'll focus the massage in the mouth so that we relieve a little bit of the stress of teething. After the massage, we have a special designated area.
Maybe we can see, you can also show their...
Does it work?
Yeah. No?
So after the massage, we will have a special designated area for mothers to breastfeed or bottle feed. After each session, babies will be pretty hungry, so that's why we want to give them the time to relax in a dark room so they can breastfeed or bottle feed and then go home pretty relaxed and happy. So this is how our path to profitability is done. We believe in 5 major things. The first one is to have an excellent service and a focus-centric company. We are a service focus-centric company that we believe that we want to give the customer the perfect service. That's why we do an assessment in the beginning to make sure that although we have one product, we always make that product special for them. Our team, we want to have a really strong team, but we want to give opportunity to minority groups. We want to give opportunity to people with disabilities or mothers that are searching for a work that can give them flexible timing. So we believe that through helping minority groups, we will have a stronger team that will stay with us longer and be more loyal. Everyone from the team will go through training, and especially CPR and first aid pediatric. Then we have our social responsibility. We want to give, after a certain number of sessions spot, we want to give sessions to babies, either orphanage, special needs children, or babies going through a difficult time. We have networking. We believe in the way to succeed is networking with everybody in the same field. We already have contact with some midwives to make sure that we offer the service. Also, when they buy a bigger package, they can have a midwife session to help them guide them. The location that we are thinking is in JLT, and in front of us there's Baby Senses, a center for prenatal and postnatal guidance. So we also want to network with them. A strong marketing, that's where ExpatWoman comes. We believe strong marketing. Our market is young people that are really social media engaged. So social media will be our first channel, and then we have blogs and other groups like Baby and Me and helping groups. Right now, our company has all the vendors ready. Our bathtubs are coming from China. The floaty that you can see, this is not the design we are thinking of. Our floaty is coming from US. It's designed so that we can start with the babies earlier because we're starting at 2 weeks. So it's a smaller ring for us. It's coming from San Francisco, and the rest of the things we will buy them from the UAE. We're just waiting for the license to be able to start. This is our weekly price. We have our base session is 300 dirhams, but since we are promoting for parents to come at least once a week, we have more packages. Each time a package increases, we make a discount of 25 dirhams. So at the end, for 20 sessions, each session will be 225 dirhams. Considering these prices and having 10 babies a day for 24 days a month, we believe that we will have the back of investment plus a profit of 48% from the revenue.
So where did you source that video from?
This from YouTube, that's the UK spa.
Okay.
That's the baby spa in UK.
But you're not a franchise. You want to develop
No,
the
we're
same
not a
model.
franchise. We are.
Okay, I get it.
Okay, you mentioned about your license. What is the position on the license here?
Because it's a new concept, they are talking to the DHA. We want to open in JLT, which means we are going through the DMCC. So we already applied, we give them our business plan. So they are just going through the DHA, making sure that all the needs are specifics. If we need a DHA license, what are the specifics of the states? But they should come back for us at the end of the month.
And so what qualifications do the staff need to have to operate under this license?
So far, they didn't ask for any qualifications. As I insisted, we are not a clinical spa. We are a health spa, but we are not we are qualified. I'm qualified, but we don't want to ask from our staff qualifications. We will train them and we will ask for them to have the pediatric first aid and CPR. But we believe that as long as they are willing, we can train them and still give a really good result. And we want to give opportunity to minority groups. Maybe a pediatric nurse will be able to find a job faster than a mom searching for flexible timings or someone with a disability. And we can still provide an excellent service through a good training to them.
Are we supposed to give feedback as well?
Do what?
Pam?
Yes.
Go find out if we're supposed to also give feedback before the 15 minutes. What is your professional background?
I actually studied sustainable tourism. Through my career, I studied spa. So I have the training for massage and at any age and any stage. I've always worked with special needs children. Even when I arrived to Dubai, I was working for an NGO and worked for many special needs children like Al-Mansil census that it's in Russia, and we took even in Abu Dhabi many special needs children.
Okay, please finish a bit.
So yeah,
Are you the sole founder?
Yeah.
You don't have a co-founder? Where's the rest of your financing going to come from if you get this money?
my husband.
Okay, so your husband is your angel basically, but he'd be a partner.
Well, he's willing to provide the money. The company will be solely under my name. It will be my company.
Okay. Did you do any sort of feasibility study, even like a Q&A on the internet?
We did a market research. We had a series of moms. They had a really good reply. Even when Women of Tomorrow had the voting, because we were a little bit at the beginning, we didn't want to make it so open until we had the license. But Women of Tomorrow came, and with the mommies that were voting for us, we made an answer, and they are looking forward for it. There's many mommies there already waiting, and they love the idea. They believe there's nothing like this in the Middle East or Dubai. We'll be the first one, and parents are searching for that early development for the babies and to have an activity with the babies that they cannot do here. So the market is open to the idea.
I have a question about the session and like the whole day, the operation. How many babies can you have in one session?
So we will have 3 bathtubs. You can see We'll have 3 individual bathtubs that are for babies under 3 months, and then we'll have 1 large bathtub for babies to get together, a maximum of 3 babies at a time. So in theory, you can have 6 babies an hour, but we don't want to.
What sort of square footage are you looking at for this? Like how big is
These
this?
50 square meters.
So 450
Do you
square
want us to
feet.
give feedback?
No, it's just pitch and question and answer if you have any questions, and we'll go through it afterwards.
And so the session is 1 hour. How long does it take you to go to the next session? Like to clean, to prepare, to...
That's why we don't like, although we can fit 6 babies at a time, we'd rather leave 1 bathtub. So when 1 bathtub is clean, because after each session, the water is from the individual tubs. After the session, the water is released, and we clean the bathtub, we disinfect it, and we fill it up again.
Okay.
So
How long
that
does
takes
it
us around 20 minutes.
20 minutes.
So we want to make sure we leave 1 bathtub. And the big bathtub, they have the same water throughout the day, but it's constantly being filtered.
So when you say assistant salary, is that the staff?
Yes, that's for 1 person.
Right. How many people do you think you need to operate this, including cleaning people and all that sort of thing? Because you're gonna have you have serious hygiene.
Yeah, the cleaning we will have it like the whole cleaning of the place we will have it extra service outside and outsourcing, and the cleaning of the bathtubs it will be our responsibility every time. So we are looking into 1 assistant and 1 receptionist plus myself full time.
So initially you have 2 full-time staff members, including yourself, and then an assistant to
In
just
this
do the...
forecast we only have 1, so we have only
Right.
the beginning. But I believe that if we grow as fast as I would like to, and as I believe that we will, we'll have to hire a 2nd person.
Okay. And are you planning on pulling a salary as the founder? Because that's not reflected either. Okay. So basically you accounted just for the assistant, who's the answering phone person and the cleanup.
Yeah.
Okay.
How fast do you want to clean 3 bathtubs? Even if you outsource, because I don't see the cleaning in your... if you outsource, you need to have the person full-time.
The outsource is for the whole once a day, whole place.
So, and how, because if you have only 1 person, the person is in charge of the reception, cleaning and welcoming the people, and at the same time
That's why at the
entertaining the
beginning,
others.
since we will not have a baby each hour, well, I mean hopefully we will, but meanwhile we will have 3 bathtubs that I can really use and move around them, since it will be only me at the beginning. If it's my baby in my session, I have to take care of releasing that water and cleaning it before my next session, so that will be a responsibility of each therapist.
Okay, in terms of like the mothers I know who have the money to afford this sort of thing, they want to see like a plethora of staff running around anywhere where they let their baby loose. So I can tell you right now that's probably like under forecasted.
So we should have, like you mean, we have to have more
They're going to
staff.
want to see people. They're not going to want to see 1 person answering the phone and then 1 technician or 1
Especially for
trainer.
hygiene.
Yeah.
I'm a mother of 3. I wouldn't, if I see only 1 person,
No way.
I'm not sure I would like to, I'm your target. I would go for the session for sure. I love this kind of stuff, and I think I did the baby massage with my kids, but because if you have to do the 20 minutes, we are not allowed to give advice or whatever, but like 20 minutes plus then you have the baby massage that takes 30 minutes.
Yeah.
So 1 hour full time.
Actually, we have like the others that
Yeah.
it's actually, as others is my little cushion. I always like to put a little cushion, so it's in case of anything. It's basically this is the first year, and if only 1 baby comes an hour, it will be only selling me. We will have more staff, of course, as the demand grows. Of course, we'll hire more staff and train it. Also, I don't want to have so many staff because I want people to feel relaxed when they come in, and it's not such a big space, so I don't want it to get crowded, and then people come and see so many people going around. So I also don't want to hire a big staff, so I will feel maximum 3 people, plus the receptionist, plus me.
But I think that sort of, whoever's coming in would want to know the staff know what they're doing.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's fine to reach out and CSR and have people coming in and out, but at the same time, people will want to know that sort of the properly trained staff there. And if you're the only supervisor, I think that sort of you're underestimating the cost of running the establishment.
Way underestimating. Like I can tell you based on your financials, which was the first thing I looked at, because we are giving you a huge amount of money, potentially. So for me, like your financials are way skewed, way. So operational costs, like I think you in general have developed a very nice pitch with a very nice idea, and you're right, there is this market segment here, but those women that you're catering to, and potentially dads, because right, not all the parents are going to be moms. Yeah, I think that you are really underestimating the kind of manpower and the kind of setup they want to see, because this is a very niche wealthy customer, and that niche wealthy customer wants to know that their money is being spent in a really safe and well-attended environment, especially when it comes to
I have because I know the center you are talking about, I know the place. The rent is only 100,000 if you take a 50 square meters. I'm surprised.
Yeah.
And you have to do the fit out, because to have it look like, where is the fit out part?
In the startup cost.
Because your license would be like, how much is your license cost?
32,000.
32,000. And DHA, you don't need to pay anything for the approval?
If they ask us to have a DHA, which I believe it will be, it's 4,000.
The other thing is,
depends on what type of business we want.
so I can tell you right now that most startups don't think about legal,
Yeah.
and you really need to have airtight legal
We
for
have
this place.
the insurance. Of course, we'll have like a third-party insurance.
For specific things for the bastards.
I think they will, but they haven't come back. They said at the end of the month, so
Mhm.
I'm sure that once they come back, like even the insurance, if the approximate they give us, we cannot have the exact number until we have the
Until you
license.
have the license.
So I know our financials would move. This is just the beginning. We are not a company that already started, so
Why don't you consider to go in an hospital or in a clinic? You have the premises, you have the good idea, you have the will to do it. You will have tons of hospitals
because
that want
once
to
you
welcome you.
become in a hospital or a clinic, you become a medical, and then all the license and liabilities and everything increases.
I did the baby massage with the clinic. I went with my
But
kid.
I mean, as a business, once you want to establish yourself in a clinic or in a hospital, then they ask for clinic and hospital background. So I don't have. I'm not a nurse or.
I'm not so
a
sure
doctor.
for massage or this kind of stuff. We need to check, but
I checked with the DHA.
Yeah.
Because we also we are going through GLT because it's the place that we can afford to start.
Yeah.
Of course, I would rather a bigger place in Alguazil or in Jumeirah, but I have to be realistic on where to start.
If you had a co-founder for Sweat Equity, so you give them a share, for example, and they work with you to run this place that takes down your staff costs and ups your skill set level. Your co-founder might be a CFO, your co-founder might be legal, your co-founder could be somebody who actually works in massage and that sort of thing. But whatever it is, I don't see a founding team that I would give money to.
We have a proposal. She's a lawyer assistant, so it comes from the lawyer side. She's been guiding me. She's a friend. I just want to make sure that we have the license and the basic structure ready so that I can actually go.
Okay, so you are considering to.
I am considering, but
a
as of
founding
now, and this business plan, it's just me.
Have any other questions?
of the birth population. In 2 years.
In 2014, 81 babies a day were born. Out of that, around 64% are mothers between 25 and 35. That's our market.
Yeah. It's quite high after 2 years, you know. Like to have 4 to 5% of the market shares. And plus if you have competition entering.
Yeah, like basically what she's saying is you have this really optimistic
Yeah.
idea that you're
4
gonna
to
onboard.
5%.
Yes.
Right. So that's like that's the first thing actually I checked after your financials. So basically what she's telling you is that you have this highly optimistic idea that you're gonna onboard this percentage, when that's like actually great to think that big, but it would probably take you 5 to 6 years even to get 1% to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have 40,000 births per year in the UAE, and you don't want to target all of them. You want to target like the Jumeirah Jane, Arabian ranches,
exactly.
the people that have money.
European expats who
So,
are familiar with.
So actually,
Holistic.
ExpatWoman coverage is amazing for you because it's exactly your target.
Yeah.
So I find the price for marketing is amazing and it's exactly what you need. However, I think due to the fact that the operation is quite heavy, I don't see how you can handle so many people if you don't have so much staff.
And I don't think you can onboard that many people.
And a big place.
Yeah.
You need to think bigger. If you really want to have this kind of
space, I honestly,
You should be thinking about, as mentioned here, is actually, if you're going to develop the idea, is making sure it works properly. I would have a concern about JLT, because JLT is notoriously difficult for parking. And if you've got mothers that are coming with young children, how do they park and get to your premises?
Yeah.
I think you should be looking at locations which are easy to get to and stand alone, that people can come, get parking and so on. And even if that means that the cost of your startup is a little bit more, then take the advice and look at, the co-founders are coming and give you a bit more in terms of sweat equity. It's better to start in that way that you can scale up than going somewhere.
Actually, I know JLT is complicated, but this cluster in specific, cluster N, is the one at the end. It's pretty quiet. The owners, they just renewed the dome, which is the building, and they want to make it more clinical. So there's actually a dentistry, and then we have the prenatal and postnatal guidance. The parking is pretty empty, and we have one parking, probably two, that will be in the same floor. So they will not have to go underground.
So this is basically a small, tiny detail, in the overall microcosm. He's right. You do need a freestanding location. I live in JLT. It's a nightmare to get in and out of. If I had kids, I would definitely not do that. And I think you're also underestimating the idea of your bespoke experience. So the women that would come to you are used to valeting their car at the mall. Do you get it?
Mm-hmm.
So they're really not going to be hauling and pulling and pushing and parking, and you don't have a valet, for example. That's like another, I don't know how much a valet costs.
I would park and go for this. I would make the effort, especially Western women usually would do the effort, because they think like, I did it for my kids, so I think you can do it, and I know the place, and I know many women are going there for the midwife that is giving advice. So I think the location, in terms, if you want to start small, is good, because they have so many mothers already, so just an added value. But I think you have an issue with profitability at one point, because you will offer an amazing service to this center, because you will offer an extra service to this center, but where do you make money?
And your staff approximately is going to cost what per month?
1,000.
Okay. And then that's including cleaning and all of this, right?
Yeah.
I don't think the math is working the way you think it is. I don't know.
How many sessions can you do per week?
We are opening
For one baby. The baby can come every week, every 2 weeks, or...
We recommend once a week. It can be even twice a week.
Okay.
So we forecast that 80% of our customers will be at least coming for 6 months again. Right?
I think it's viable if you have, if you onboard the right customers, I think that's viable. But I don't think it's realistic in the first year of your operations at all. And maybe not even for the first 3.
You won't have profit the first year for sure. And your validity is 12 months, but you don't take babies up after 12 months. So
No, from 2 weeks to 12 months.
yeah.
So they can.
And you won't come once a week, and especially your targets, they are away for at least 2 months. You have dead, the summer is dead for you, so you need to work on a 10 months
Calendar.
basis.
Not even 9 maybe, right?
Yeah.
Look, I think that you've got the right idea, and I think what she said, you have the market demographic here. I also think you know your mediums, because Expat Woman is a great place to onboard. You know what I mean? Definitely entrepreneur is not going to be the place you're going to onboard. So you kind of know in that way where you're going and what you're doing, but I think that you really, really, really need help financially, and I don't know if you know really how expensive it is to operate something that involves A, children, B, water. Water is you know what I mean? Anything to do with water, mold. The first thing I think of water is I think of what kind of moldy nightmare you're gonna have in taking care of this. You know what I mean? So you're underestimating all of the maintenance and the cleaning and the hygiene. So for me, that's a huge cost that anything to do with water spas, all of that, even in North America, where the humidity is 1/100th of what it is here. So I think you need to go back and really reassess how much money you need. And I think even the marketing and stuff like that, yes, you've kind of got it down, but I think your pricing structure is off. This is not gonna help you. This is way, I think, under, would you guys say?
And then
On the price?
Yeah.
if you want to start small, in that case, you need to focus on one area, one place where you know your audience is there, and you have bypass a footfall, people that will see, you know.
Sit there and do the fit out and the whatever, and you realize you can't onboard the clients at your existing location. That's just a cost that breaks the bank. You know what I mean? So you might not ever have that money again to do this again. So I think you really need to reevaluate. You really need to reevaluate that location for me as well.
Angel, do you have any finishing pitch you'd like to do before you leave?
No, that would be all.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank
I
you.
hope it was
Good luck.
helpful. Cheers.
Yes, thank you.